Okay, let's see what's going on in the world. 2020 was bad enough, but we don't need 2021 to be any worse. It can't be worse, right? Insurrectionists
Nearly half a million Americans have succumbed to the terror.
Former president is not impeached by the Senate.
Well, okay then.
Ow! I just told you what you wanted to know, you bastard!
How's about we look back to a different year, yeah? Like, 2014. I was just finishing up my freshman year of college that spring. So, instead of doom scrolling and dreading about present events, do you want to hear a personal story from then instead? Please? Oh, I've been so lonely since the quarantine started. I need this, please! Anyway, greetings, gang. It's Michael Blaine, and this is how Nimrods broke my college bedroom door. So like I said, this happened at the end of my freshman year of college. My dorm room was pretty standard, you know? Bed, desk, dresser, roommate. Which I won't have to worry about after this semester, thank God. But this is the location where the story ends, not where it starts. It starts at the new club me, my roommate, and a few other friends from the dorm, John and Brian, started up that year. A Nerf club. Yes, you heard that right. Nerf. With the foam darts and the plastic blasters and the it's Nerf or nothing. We managed to get the club started with weekly Nerf fights in reserved campus spaces. Though it was much harder for us to become official. We weren't officially recognized until our junior year. Despite that, our first year was pretty successful, we thought. But we wanted to create a big event that could be a possible fundraiser in the future, and maybe get more cred as a legit club, you know? While we were thinking of ideas, I remembered an event that was exactly what we needed. One that I knew from a summer camp I had worked at before. A game called the shenanigans? Not sure how much YouTube's gonna like that word. Might want to find a synonym. Synonyms for assassins. Huh. Nimrod. A skilled hunter. Or an inept person. That works surprisingly well. Nimrods it is then.
No, wait!
Here's how the game worked. Participants would get the name of another participant, who they would have to hit with a foam dart fired from one's blaster. If you got hit, you were eliminated. Simple. In other versions, you may have done it with rolled up paper balls, or tagging someone with a marker or sticker. But obviously we went with Nerf, like the bunch of scruffy looking Nerf herders we are. If you successfully took out your target, you would then get your target's target. Target's target. Yo dog, I heard that you like targets, so I put a target inside your target so you could target your target's target. Why? This pattern would continue until one Nimrod was left. Oh yeah, and you could hit a person coming after you to stun them. This prevented them from hitting you so you could have a chance to escape. Of course, there were also several safe spaces in Nimrods where no one could be eliminated. Bathrooms, classrooms, and, of course, our bedrooms. Though only if the door was closed. If you left it open, that was absolutely fair game. Otherwise, it'd give you an unfair advantage if you saw your target walking down the hall while your door was open and you were able to fire upon them, but then you could retreat back into your room when they tried to retaliate, so they couldn't retaliate so easily. Yeah. This was actually an issue we had to deal with during the event, so this was our solution. I didn't play because I was busy overseeing the game. I mean, I was the one to suggest it, I already knew all the rules, and I knew how stressful the game was for a player, so I was able to sit out and nourish myself on the schadenfreude. My roommate did participate though, as well as several other people in our dorm. Honestly, most of our participants were from the same dorm building, so it got a bit tense in there at times. At this point, we were about a week or so from spring finals. It was the evening, and my roommate was doing homework or studying or something. I had already finished my studies for the day, and I was tired, and I wanted to call it in early. But then, annoyed and wanting to sleep, I got up, opened the door, and saw that it was one of our fellow officers of the club, John. John was definitely a nerd, what with the D&D and the Star Wars talk, which I couldn't keep up with half the time. But he was also big and strong, as well as clever. Legitimately, during this event, he successfully deceived everyone he talked to obtain the info he needed to figure out who everyone had, meanwhile passing on bad info to them they couldn't use. He had shown me the list when he had it done, and while I never confirmed it outright, I've never been a good liar, so he knew the truth. When I opened the door to get him to stop bouncing the ball, he asked me an important question. Just to make sure, if the bedroom door is partly open, that means I can further open it, making the room fair game, right? Yeah, I said, slightly confused. But then it hit me. John had my roommate as his next target. If he could force that door all the way open, he could get my roommate while he was vulnerable studying. I was the coordinator of the event. I didn't want to be directly responsible for someone getting eliminated. So to stop John from getting in, I yanked the door shut as quickly as possible. The door closed with basically no resistance, and I was a bit surprised. Like I said, John is strong. And I mean broke someone's ribcage with one solid kick to the chest strong. Completely unrelated story, but we can talk about that later if you want. I then hear, Michael, you've got to come out here. No way, John. Why should we trust you? No, seriously, you two have got to see this. Like, I'm going to let your roommate stun me so we can have a genuine truce. You've got to see this. John is deceptive, but he couldn't work around that rule. So we went out, my roommate tagged him, and then I noticed what was sitting in John's hand. The outer doorknob to our dorm room. Apparently he did have a grip on the doorknob, but when I slammed the door shut, the doorknob just fell out into his hand like it wasn't even attached. Some of the other students near us came out of their dorm rooms to see what all the commotion was about, and then that eventually did bring out the RA to see what was up. Don't worry, we're not in trouble. The RA was in the game before. He was one of the Nimrods. After figuring out what happened, he helped us submit a form to the school to get a new doorknob and a new set of keys to replace the old one. Mind you, I already said spring finals were in about a week and a half, so we were just getting these keys to give them back to the school, basically. While things were settling down, John pulled me aside and asked, Hey, I know I made a truce, but can I still eliminate your roommate? This is too perfect of an opportunity to pass up. Well, there's nothing in our rules about honoring truces, so it's up to you, I guess. So John then talked with my roommate to keep his guard down and to keep him from wanting to stun him again. And then when he had the opportunity, he fired and took my roommate out of the game. My roommate tried to contest it, but I saw what happened. He was out. So, despite John's plan falling apart and unintentionally breaking my door, he still achieved his goal that night of taking out my roommate. Oh, come on. So remember, kids, always lock your doors. Make sure that your doorknobs are securely fastened to your door, and then you won't have to worry about being pelted with Nerf darts. Ow! Who fired that?
That's what you get for shooting the messenger.
But I didn't even shoot you! Thank you all for watching. I've been wanting to do this kind of a video for a long while now, and especially with the past year and not being able to express myself artistically in theater, I have decided to try this format of storytelling instead. I hope you liked it. I hope more people will continue to like it, and I hope to improve from where I am. There were a lot more limitations than I expected that I came across while making this video, but it can only go up from here. So, thanks for tuning in. This is Michael Blaine, taking my bow.